Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. The troupe had just defeated a demon gorilla, only to find themselves face to face with a gigantic Tyrannosaurus Rex. New Rogue managed to use his healing magic to bring both Tyler and Shadow Nemesis back from the brink of death. Shadow Nemesis tried to convince Dwarf-Ivan to distract the T-Rex so he could burrow into its brain. And Dell instructed her giant badger to help Tyler, and it tore into the dinosaur but was then promptly ripped apart. Overcome with frustration at the miss, Tyler drank a potion of heroism and dove straight into the dinosaur's mouth. Can Dell figure out how to salvage this losing battle so it isn't all for nothing? I doubt it.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft. We don't know if you just heard what Adam just said, but we promise it was just as unhinged with context as it was without. We're happy to be back. We're here to record our second episode of the evening. I will give you a quick recap beforehand. Our heroes were battling a T-Rex who had been brought to help in combat, and then sort of the situation went awry. Several people almost died and then got back up again due to the help of their fellow party members, which includes Tyler went down and came back up. Shadow Nemesis, back up. New Rogue took a beating, healed himself. He's back in it to win it. Tyler used a nose ring of dwarven kind, and in a fancy experiment that has managed to summon his normal bat familiar is now a dwarf who is out there just doing his very best in combat that appeared with the fey armor and some other things around him that link with his familiar ancestry. All of Dell's animals were brutally murdered in combat by the T-Rex, which ate them after a series of strange die rolls. Dell has been hiding in a hole along with Jack Magnum, which is New Rogue's pet goat. They are staring at this scene as it happens. Tyler tried to battle his way into the T-Rex's mouth. The Mists swear they're trying to help him, but they keep giving him these 50-50 coin flips that have not gone his way. He is currently being choked down by the T-Rex, which is trying to eat him. So we will see what happens there. It is Dell's turn to act, looking at this absolute farce, but she is in the demon armor of the Huntress, which she did not know when she was trying it on was cursed. She cannot remove it. It is giving her disadvantage on just about everything, and she can't cast spells. Her assistant, Dr. Deputy Extreme, is standing over her with a potion in hand, ready to heal any other party member who goes down. He's just holding his action, ready to act. That is the scene that we find ourselves in with Dell up next to go. That's it, fam. Alrighty.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Time for some dinosaurs.
And with that, it's time for us to return to Ravenloft. Dell, you find yourself looking out the top of this burrow with Jack Magnum standing on its vertical wall next to you. Both of you staring at the scene of Tyler being slowly choked down by a T-Rex while New Rogue falls down, failing to hit it. A new dwarf version of Ivan is engaged in combat. Shadow Nemesis is gearing up to strike, and all your animals are dead. Dr. Deputy has got his potion in his hand. He's ready to run. He's watching. You're watching him shift his footing, ready to sprint at any of the other three, as though he can't tell which is in the most danger. They're all equal to him because he's not that smart. It is your turn to act. What do you do?
Okay. I had a bit of pumped energy until all the animals just got absolutely curb stomped, and then it sort of deflated me again. And so I'm just watching from this whole bunker we have made. I'm like, I don't know. What do you think, Jack Magnum? Yeah, you're right. I say, taking out the gun. And then I shoot T-Rex.
Fabulous. I will give you an option, Dell, just to float for you because you've done this before. Dr. Deputy can continue to hold action and wait to heal somebody else if they go down, or you could use him as a slightly lower table, a coffee table, if you will. It will mean he can't do anything on his turn, but it will remove your disadvantage for firing. What do you want to do?
Okay. Yeah, I haven't thought about winging it, but I mean, it looks like the one most in danger is Tyler, and I don't even know if Dr. Deputy can get up in there. So
if you tell him, he'll probably try.
I know. All right. Dr. Deputy, Extreme.
Yeah.
Formation.
On a table. And he dives and starfishes on the ground, but his armor, you have perfect height for you to be able to sight down.
Perfect.
Take your shot.
That's gonna be pretty good. 26.
26 will definitely hit. Roll your damage.
All right.
Wow.
All right, I rolled a 12 and a 1, so it is 15 damage coming out because it's plus my
Jesus.
dex. It's 15 damage as I sight down the gun, and as that bullet goes through, it's like I used every bullet. There is no more bullets in this gun.
But with this final shot you take, you hit the T-Rex square in its scarred eye. Blood spurts out as it roars, shaking Tyler in its mouth, desperately struggling but becoming more and more injured as your party goes to war on this thing. Is there anything you'd like to do with your movement?
No, I'm staying in this hole with my friends.
Great. Dr. Deputy's going to look back at you and say, good job, that was almost a murder.
Yeah, we're getting really close to murder now. Good job tabling.
If we blind him, maybe he'll be afraid before he dies.
That'd be good.
And we pan back over to the combat scenario where the T-Rex roars, blinded in one eye, hit in the flank with an axe, its face and chest scarred with the Reaper's Scream necrotic blade, and it just turns. It turns and it begins sprinting away, trying to break free of this combat, of this herd of other beings around it. I will need attacks of opportunity from New Rogue and, weirdly enough, from Ivan, because those are the two that are physically engaged at this time. Tyler, you're in its mouth, so you're kind of traveling with it.
Yeah, I'm in there, dog.
So roll a d20. You want me to roll a d20?
I'm going to roll to
For an
attack.
attack of opportunity.
Advantage?
You remember that that nat 20 you rolled just for fun, just to prove to yourself that you could? You might have rolled that now if you hadn't done it before.
I mean, statistically, the odds are not true that that's possible, but it could have happened.
No, but
no, you don't have
gambler's
advantage.
mentality.
It's a T-Rex running away, so you don't have advantage on this. So what did you get?
A 1.
Oh,
Back in the dirt for you.
A 1. Incredible. Incredible.
I was going to get punched in the back of the head.
Ivan lashes out with his axe and misses, and he's running forwards and it slams into the ground. You need to roll me your damage. It will be against Ivan, who is also trying to join this battle.
Me?
Yeah, roll me your damage, bud. You take a swing at a T-Rex, but all of a sudden a magical dwarf ends up intercepting the blow by accident because he missed with his attack.
You fucking kidding me? That's a 20.
Why are you... No, you hit. Roll your damage.
You roll 20 damage on Ivan?
Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Holding them.
That's another 20 just in the garbage. I'm abandoning
take
statistics now. This is just how it works.
Right.
That's how it works.
This is my son's sword.
Superstitious,
Sorry.
gambling addict.
My sun blade. Sorry about that.
Mentality.
Sorry. I'm stuck in the weeds here. Okay. So 1d8 one-handed, so it's 2d8. Okay. Well, that's a 5. And that's an 8. So 13. Does that sound about right? There's a +2 weapon. It's a +7 to hit.
If it's 1d8 single-handed, then it's 1d10 two-handed, not 2d8.
Oh, okay. It's okay. I see. Okay, well that's good. So he might not be as hurt as he would have been.
That's great.
Okay, let me just get out the 10. Here we go. All right. That's a 4.
Okay, and you'll have to add your strength bonus and then an extra +2.
God damn it. Okay, my strength bonus is 2. So that's a 6.
Maybe
and
you will
plus another 2 is an 8.
Another 2. That's
8.
an 8. Okay, you deal 8 damage. Just remember, you're always going to be adding +4 when you attack with this sword in future. Okay, so you deal 8 damage to Ivan, who is still standing but goes, "Oh, wow, man. This sucks more when you got like flesh and bones and stuff."
Oh, I'm sorry, pal. I didn't mean it.
Don't worry, focus on the T-Rex, man. T-Rex is just booking it out of the scene, running away. Tyler, the mists swirl up around you, swearing they're helping. Can you roll me a d6?
That's a 5.
Yay! That is a 5.
What am I rolling
will
for?
say Not only do you manage to flip out of this mouth acrobatically on your way past, but you will get to make an attack on the way down. So roll me your attack of opportunity as you escape this T-Rex's mouth.
If I wanted to stay in the mouth, is that an option, or is this like?
I mean,
roll,
yes.
Like getting out of the mouth as you
do?
live, staying in the mouth as you die. I rolled a 5, so I live and get out of the mouth. Is that?
I was trying to set you as free as possible because I imagine you didn't want to be eaten. Do you want to be eaten?
I want to take the greatsword that is the hard rock blade and just wedge it between this thing's jaw and the roof of its mouth to give me a little bit of room to work this Reaper scream up into the roof of its mouth into its brain.
I will say you freely wedge its mouth open. It cannot bite you, and you can use that as an anchor, so you will have advantage on any rolls to try to stay in this mouth as you attack.
Okay.
But you are still in the mouth. Nobody predicted this, but you're there. Nope. You're wedged in. You've got that. You managed to hang on. The T-Rex will be unable to attack you as it runs, but it does book it away from the party. It is now 50 feet away from everyone who had been surrounding it. And actually, it'll be 100 feet. So it's booking it, just sprinting into the distance. Wow. Shadow Nemesis, you watch this T-Rex sprint into the distance.
Just run away.
Tyler is in its mouth. What do you do? It is out of sight. It has run through so much foliage at 100 feet. You hear it thumping. You know where it is, but you can't see it from where you stand.
Well, I'm relieved because I didn't want to fight that thing. 'Cause that thing's big and scary. I thought I was going to have to like do something, but it's just running away. As I'm like, ooh, just like a big sigh of, gratitude that I don't have to fight this thing. And I'll just kind of saunter over to the group being like, whoa, boy, glad that's over with.
It has Tyler in its mouth.
Yeah, go save Tyler.
It ate Tyler? Oh, God.
No, he's still alive. And he's running away now. You got to go catch up. We all do.
Yeah, we can't lose Tyler.
Oh, all right. Well, all right. What are we gonna do? Run after him? He's running really fast. Well, go then. Go if you want to run after it. Go. I'll catch up.
Right, I won't be able to catch. Okay, I'm gonna go in the trees.
I get. I'm not that fast. It's like getting even further away. Like, come on, hurry up.
I'm climbing up the trees and jumping again. So
why is he jumping in the trees? The ground is so much faster. What about you, Potato Head? I got to carry you, or I said
the camera pans to where the combat is still happening instead of a slow, poor negotiation of what could happen. Tyler, you are inside a Tyrannosaurus Rex's mouth as it is sprinting away from the scene, trying to shake you out. You have your one hand on your giant wedged hard rock sword, and the other has a Reaper's scream. What are you doing 20 feet in the air as this thing tosses its head back and forth, sprinting for its life?
Yeah, if it's dashed 100 feet and Ivan was at its feet, at its legs, I'm at like the maximum range band where I can communicate with Ivan telepathically. And I just want to send him one last message and just say like, tell everyone I'll be fine. Take care of them. I'll come back to you. You told me that when I held this sword, I felt like a presence, that best described as just like death. Death was in this sword?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got a death sigil on its hilt. It's the bone grip. You can feel kind of the unholy necrotic energy coming off of it. Even as the blade moves in your hand, you can see a black, death-like, menacing smoke pursuing the blade's edge, just delayed a few seconds behind.
Okay. I don't know what this is or how this works or anything like that, but as I am anchoring myself against the wedged hard rock greatsword, I hold it out in my I hold the Reaper Scream in my other hand, and I just for a moment just close my eyes and just say out loud. I think I'll speak it and say like I'll open myself up. Basically, is what I'm doing. I'm opening myself up to whatever this presence is, and I'm just going to say that I feel you. You want death. Help me give it to you, and I will drive the blade as hard as I can up into the roof of this T-Rex's mouth.
As you do that, you feel yourself connect with the death inside this weapon. You feel yourself attuned to it. You feel it become a part of you. and you are now fully able to recognize the abilities within this sword. If you roll a nat 20 on an attack roll with this sword, you gain 10 temporary hit points.
Wow.
Okay.
And then any creature that hits you with a melee attack while you have one or more of these temporary hit points takes 10 necrotic damage right out the gate.
Wow. Okay.
Just for touching you. You eat death. You also can invoke the death rune on the hilt once per day. As a bonus action, you can invoke that rune, kind of tapping it, releasing the death within it, and unleashing the screams of every creature ever killed by that weapon in one cacophonous burst. Each creature of your choice within 60 feet must succeed on a DC 15 wisdom saving throw or be stunned for a turn.
Wow. Cool.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
That's what you've got. You are attacking. Do you want to activate the death rune to summon the screams as well to try to stun this dinosaur?
Is it like one or the other, or can I do?
That is a bonus action, so you could easily enact the screams and stab it.
Yeah, let's give it a shot then. Yeah, I will let it rip with a Reaper scream.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex will fail. It now is suffering from the stunned condition. You stunned it. I'm going to pull up the exact rules to make sure that I give you all of the mechanical advantages.
Oh, thank you.
Meaning it is incapacitated, can't move, and can only speak falteringly. It's just got a real stutter on the roars now. It automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. You have advantage on attacks against it, and it can't take actions or reactions. So it is fully frozen in place, this T-Rex, as you hear the screams coming out of this weapon, just pouring forth, one of which you recognize, perhaps the freshest, as just a giant rat betrayed by being summoned from a Pokeball and sent into combat to die in fruitless battle against a gorilla.
Oh man, a boar and a giant badger, I'm sure, are in there too.
They technically were killed by the T-Rex, not the sword. So,
oh, sorry, you're right. Sorry, I thought
that's
just
all right.
Who died,
Spiritually, they echo in your mind because you heard and saw them happen, and it was bad.
Okay. I'm gonna try and drive the sword up into this thing's brain.
Great. Roll me an attack with advantage.
13, 14, and using the D4 correctly. So that's 15 on the dice plus 7 for 22.
That hits.
Ooh.
That will absolutely hit.
Okay. One-handed, so it's a D8. Where's my D8? None of you are D8s. There you are. That's 2 plus 4 for 6 necrotic damage.
6 necrotic damage. Excellent. And can you roll me an athletics?
Athletics is going to be a total of 5.
Fabulous.
Oh, is it Bless's skill checks as well?
It is. Attack
like
roll
Bless.
is saving throws for potions of
saving throws.
heroism. So no, it will not help you with this roll. And you find yourself, you're trying to drive this blade up and deeper into the brain, but you just can't find yourself able to do it athletically. And that's when you feel the mists swirl around you, just determined to help. And you try to drive that sword deeper. Roll me that D6.
Here we go, mists. It's a 2.
Oh no!
Our dance continues, chat. Our dance of death.
This stunned creatures you keep trying to shove up and holding on to the central sword, and that's when your feet go out from under you and you find yourself with nothing in your hands sliding down into the stomach as it reflexively swallows. We'll take a quick commercial break right there.
Oh no.
Tyler has been reflexively swallowed by a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but that T-Rex has been stunned. The rest of you were arguing over what you should do. When Ivan turns to you all and says, okay, he says he's fine, we just got to let him go. When you hear the scream of 10,000 deaths echoing out of the woods, and Ivan stands for a second in his dwarf body and goes, oh no, man, he ain't good. Running towards the T-Rex. We will maintain our initiative order. So Ivan is sprinting forwards. He can make it 60 feet. He He has a hand axe. He is going to take a shot at throwing it just blind into the woods, knowing where you are, Tyler, because you are in the core of this beast. And it's at the very limits of his range, but he will hit. Good for him, man.
Wow.
Whoa!
And he will do 5 slashing damage as a hand axe sinks into the side of the beast. That is Ivan's turn. New Rogue, you are up next.
Okay. Hold on a second. The T-Rex is 100 feet away.
Correct.
I've climbed a tree because I had it in my mind. I got here quick because I ran through the trees.
Because of the trees, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you roll me an acrobatics?
Oh, acrobatics, you say. Very good. All right. That fell out of the dice tower.
Bodes well.
That's going to be a 14.
14. You are able to move at half of your normal speed, so you make it 30 feet forward. You are 70 feet from the T-Rex. These trees were further apart than you had anticipated.
But I swear they weren't when I was doing it the opposite direction.
That's true. Maybe you had Jack Magnum with you. Maybe that was it.
Yeah, heavy things made me quicker.
Your natural balance now includes a goat. Del, you are next. You have come out of your burrow. You are standing, having seen some of your friends take off into the woods towards where Tyler went. You are here with DDX Shadow Nemesis.
Yeah. I'm gonna lean down and pick up this goat as I watch New Rogue blast into the trees. I'm like trying very gently to pick up this goat in my weird arms that don't move good.
He'll let you.
Perfect. Yes, good. All right, we're gonna take you back to Daddy or whatever, and I'm just gonna start walking that direction towards Tyler.
You're just walking. Do you want to dash, or are you just moving your 30 feet?
I'm gonna try and walk all of my feet. I don't have anything else I can do, but I'll try to catch up.
You jog and run. You use their dash action, so it's 2 movements. So you are now 40 feet away from the T-Rex holding a goat. New Rogue is 30 feet behind you. Having done a very bad job up in the trees. Is there anything else you want to do? You've used your movement, your action, but I don't know if you have anything bonus action-wise you might want to do.
I have nothing else that I can do. I'm just walking away.
Dr. Deputy Extreme is next to you, breathing heavily as you run, and he tries to run twice as fast on his short legs to keep up, and he's like, you got a plan, boss? Nobody went down, so I still got this potion?
Okay, good. Keep if someone needs to do the potion, otherwise I think it's just stabbing time. All we've got left is stabbing.
Oh, that sounds nice. I hate that fucking bow. And he takes out a Nemesis axe, ready to engage in combat. Potion in one hand, Nemesis axe in the other. He's also 40 feet from this T-Rex. Shadow Nemesis, your friends have taken off into the woods, pursuing Tyler, who you heard a bunch of death screams come from, and you're assuming something's happening with the T-Rex. What are you thinking? What are you doing? You've been in the Gregornant of this all, so I don't know where you're at psychologically.
Yeah, I mean, they've just run ahead. They're like, to adventure, let's save our friend. So I'm going to follow, but I'm going to hang back, keeping them in sight, and just kind of, just keep up, but keep my distance.
Okay, so right now, if you pursue them through the woods, if you go 30 feet, you will be below New Rogue, who is clumsily trying to swing through the trees and not doing well. If you go 60 feet, like if you use the dash, you end up where Del, Ivan, and Dr. Deputy Extreme are. How far do you want to go?
I will stay behind New Rogue, who is trying to leap through the trees. So I'm just going to kind of like stroll slightly behind him and watch him try to like Tarzan his way through this jungle, but like keep pace with him, maybe like a good 10 feet behind him.
Great. You are 10 feet behind New Rogue, having done, I'd say, a leisurely saunter forwards to watch him trying to find branches.
Yeah, I'm enjoying
and swing
this.
And fall and climb
This
up.
is like Punch Out when like the guy's running and you have his coach on the bike behind him. Just, like, trailing him slowly.
Yeah. I'm Doc.
Is there anything you want to do? Is there anything you want to do with an action? You definitely have one.
Well, can I hold action? Or I'm just walking. Like I won't do anything until I approach the T-Rex. So I'll just
Okay, so we'll say you hold action. If something ends up coming your way, you will have the opportunity to react to that.
Yeah, like if like, some like raptors or something pop out of the woods, I kind of want to be ready. Like I'm not just like in a little daydream. Like I want to survey my surroundings, make sure I'm not going to be attacked, but at the same time I'm not going to rush there. Like I take rear basically.
Yeah, so you are stalking forwards, combat ready, 2 hands on your berserker axe, watching out for threats as you hear New Rogue quietly swearing as he almost swings through trees but doesn't quite make it.
Fuck.
We circle back to Tyler.
Yep.
You are inside a T-Rex. What do you do?
Where inside the T-Rex am I? Am I like stuck in its esophagus? Am I in the stomach?
You are in the stomach. You find as you land, your boots are sinking into a liquid that you can already hear hissing and bubbling. Ooh. It is pure darkness, but you can see because I believe you have dark vision.
I do, yeah.
There is a kind of fleshy stomach around you. You can see pieces of boar. You can see pieces of badger that are just rotting and sinking into this kind of stomach acid at your feet. It smells awful, and you are closed in. What do you do?
I cast Catapult on the Reaper's Scream, and I target myself. I want to pull it out of the roof of the T-Rex and just have it shoot at me down in its throat.
So shoot at you down its throat.
Yep.
Would that mean it would collide with you? I just want to understand how this spell works to make sure I'm not misunderstanding this.
Yeah. Choose one object weighing 1 to 5 pounds within range, 60 feet. I don't have to see it, actually.
That's good.
The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction that I choose before falling to the ground. I don't have to declare a target, stopping only if it impacts against a solid surface. If the object would strike a creature, that creature must take a dex saving throw. So if it's going to hit the T-Rex would have to make a dex saving throw, and it would stop there.
Right, and it would stop there, but it also sounds like it's up to, so you could literally choose for it to fly straight to your hand and stop just in front of it, I think, with the spell logically.
As long as there's something to stop it. It's not like magically
so it
being
just
like
throws
moved.
90 feet to the
it
point
just
where it
launches it. Yeah. So
the T-Rex is definitely in the way. So
okay.
I need a dex save from the T-Rex if I'm correct.
Yeah. Is the T-Rex still stunned?
The T-Rex was stunned up until your turn. I would say it's still stunned now. This is pretty stunning.
Okay. It fails then.
Great. Auto fail. What damage do you do to this T-Rex?
3d8 bludgeoning.
Wow.
Nice.
4 and 7 for 11, and another 2 for 13. 13 bludgeoning damage to the T-Rex and to the object. Reaper Scream takes 13 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And because it is Reaper's Scream and it will be flying towards you blade first in the way that it was summoned, I also need you to roll the damage of a Reaper's Scream attack.
Okay. We'll call it a D8 instead of D10.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. 4 plus another 4 for 8 necrotic damage.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. With my modifiers when I'm wielding it, if it's just like raw damage from this thing, it's just 4 necrotic. That's what I rolled. Everything else modifying it would be my strength and stuff like that. So,
yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Reaper's Scream lodges in the throat above you. You can see some necrotizing flesh begin to creep into the stomach as the T-Rex is struggling around you. You can feel that it is so close to death, but not quite there. However, it's definitely having the worst day of its no longer an apex predator life. Ivan is going to charge the rest of the way forwards and get into combat. This tiny, tanky dwarf is here to throw down. And he hits, because he is the man he is, or the dwarf he is, the ephemeral being. He rolls max damage. Because, of course he does. He will do 10 points of damage to this T-Rex.
Whoa.
It is up, but absolutely barely, as his battle axe thuds even deeper. T-Rex blood runs down the runnels of Tyler Hewitt on either side of the axe as Ivan says, "Hey man, it ain't personal." Del. Oh no, up next is New Rogue. New Rogue, you are struggling through the trees. You look down and see Shadow Nemesis, who can walk up trees with no problem, moving more slowly than you as rear guard. You are far behind your friends. What do you do?
Oh, well, I see Shadow Nemesis, and I just tell him, run fast, go get him. I got you from up here, buddy. Don't worry.
Can I respond?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I'm making sure you don't fall down, and I'm making sure no other dinosaurs attack us from behind.
Okay. And then I just keep running forward, jumping from tree limb to tree limb. I'm going to get better at this, by the way.
Great. You absolutely could. The mists swirl up around you. Can you roll me a d6?
You're going to do it. You're going to get it. 4, 5, 6. Here we go, baby, right now.
It's a 6.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You swoop through these trees with absolute confidence, as though there was a goat on your chest. You're so ready, and you end up over this T-Rex at exactly head height. You see there is a weapon wedged in its mouth, holding it open, and the hilt of Reaper's Scream has been jammed down its throat. The T-Rex is trying to bellow and shake, but stuck in position. You are right there. What do you do?
Well, I am going to come down hard with the sun sword. Oh, sorry. Sunblade. Sunblade. I want to come down by holding it by the handle with both hands and just,
Great. You're doing the 300 jump off of a tree with the two-handed blade, bringing it down on the head. Roll me your attack with advantage. I could not imagine a creature more distracted.
That fell out. Okay. All right. My attack with advantage. This blows, man. That's going to be a that's a 6.
You leap out, leaning across as the T-Rex lowers its
Hold
head.
on.
To
Wait. Sorry. It was a 9. It was upside down.
The T-Rex lowers its head and it raises it again, and you think you have a chance, and then it lowers its head again, and you find yourself directly across, stabbing your sword into a tree. You were still 15 feet up, but you've switched tree to tree and attacked just trees. You are stuck where you are. Del, you have been pursuing along with the rest of the group. Ivan has stormed ahead. You're hearing combat sounds. You hear a hee-yaw, and then the sound of a body thudding into a tree. A T-Rex seems to be choking, as you can hear, just a short 40 feet away, though you can't quite see it through the foliage. What do you do?
I can't get close enough to actually hit it, but I run.
You're 40 feet away. Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, 30, I can only walk 30 feet. So I walk to the last 10 feet, and then I'm just looking around on the ground. Is there a rock? I'm going to throw a rock at it.
Roll me a perception with advantage.
Does that mean it's just normal? Because I have disadvantage on everything?
Yes, just a flat perception roll.
Okay. Fuck me! So I rolled a 13, which is one of my last bad numbers, so I have to roll it with disadvantage again.
Oh no!
And so I rolled a 2, so my perception is 4.
Can't even.
You look around. There are no rocks. There's nothing here. All you see are tree roots, and all you feel is despair. You don't know what to do. And that's when Dr. Deputy looks up at you and goes, "You want to borrow my bow?"
How about I give you alley-oop? You want an alley-oop?
You're the boss. Alley-oop!
And then I go down and give him the under the foot huck towards the dinosaur. Get him!
Roll me in athletics.
No.
Under the foot huck.
Okay. With disadvantage, it's a 12.
The 12. You give him a functional alley-oop that will get him the ability to cover that last 10 feet, and he's raising the Nemesis axe over his head in the exact same pose as New Rogue a second ago. And you see that axe, that beautiful axe, is wreathed in death-like black energy as it strikes. He will roll his attack. He will have advantage. It will hit. He will be dealing extra damage because of the nemesis that he put on it. Oh. Holy shit. He will deal 12 points. Oh, wait, even more than that. That's, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There we go.
These NPCs, y'all.
14 points of damage. More than half of it necrotic as he slams this deadly nemesis axe into the T-Rex's body. Only he's alley-ooped high enough that he's hanging onto the end of the axe now and just swinging in the air as the T-Rex moves and struggles. But he has struck a great and deadly blow against this T-Rex. Shadow Nemesis. You are the furthest from this combat. You are 80 feet away.
Oh, okay.
What do you do?
Well, I mean, I guess I'm like kind of just strolling behind New Rogue, and then he just books it somehow, and I'm like, oh, geez. So I guess I kind of like keep up behind him, or I try to. I do. Would I arrive next to Dell in time to see the, as she put it, the under the foot hook?
You would be 35 feet away from this combat. Can you roll me a perception to see if you could see through the foliage to spot what's happening or not?
All right. The perception. You know what? I was going to check, and then I didn't because it's 0. It's always 0. That's a 18.
18. Yes, you can see this huck. You can manage to see through the foliage on this angle. You can see the Dr. Deputy alley-ooped in place. You see the sword stuck in the T-Rex's mouth. You see necrotizing flesh at the exterior of its throat. You can see the scales have fallen dead and gray. Ooh. It's struggling. It's coughing. You see what Dell does to help the Dr. Deputy. You see New Rogue dangling from a tree just on the other side of the T-Rex, completely helpless. What do? You are 35 feet away.
Wow, what a huck. So I'm 35 feet away from the dinosaur.
Correct.
So my movement is 45 feet. So
that's what got you to 35 feet away.
You were 80 feet away.
So I can't move anymore. Like I've reached.
You
my
could
max.
dash further, and then you couldn't attack. You could do anything from where you are right now. It's just a question of what do you want to do.
Can I get next to Dell with a dash, or no?
Correct.
I can.
You can get all the way to the dinosaur with a dash. It's just you can act from 35 feet away, or you have to use your action to move.
Can I get next to Dell with a dash?
Yes.
Okay, I'll dash up to Dell and be like, wow, hey, I didn't think you could fly like that.
Yep.
What are you looking
for? And that's the end of your turn. And that's the end of your turn. So we will find out what Tyler does next inside a dinosaur after this commercial break. Tyler, you remain inside this stomach, struggling mightily. What do you do?
I kind of like wade over to the side of the stomach, the wall of this thing, and I turn around and put my back up against it, and I cast Catapult on the Reaper Scream again, and I try to fire it straight at me.
I can't disagree with that. What is it's already in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way I can believably argue he could dex save his way out of this. So you hit. Roll your damage.
Right. 3d8 bludgeoning.
Wow, jeez.
Just
5 and a 6 for 11.
There.
And then 4 for 15 bludgeoning damage.
15. And when you add in the necrotic damage from the Reaper Scream cutting forwards, this blade carves through, just rots its way through as though its own weight is pulling it through the dead flesh inside of this T-Rex until it shoots forward and you catch the hilt in your hand, the blade fully extended from you. And you can turn and carve a line through the side as you feel this T-Rex slump to the ground, and you step out awash in gore and everything else, and you all find yourselves looking at Tyler, the general, carving and walking his way out of a T-Rex. Combat has ended for now.
Ooh.
What do you all say to each other? What happens?
I say nothing. I am walking around the carcass of the T-Rex to go retrieve my other sword from its mouth.
You do easily. It comes right out in your hand.
How high up am I in the tree?
You're 15 feet up. So you are dangling from a sword. Mm-hmm. Your body, you're about 6 feet tall. So you have about 9 feet from the soles of your feet to the floor.
Okay. So I'm hanging from it with both hands. And I'm just like, great job, Tyler. I knew you could do it, pal. And I'm just going to try and grasp the tree with one hand and wriggle the sword out with the other, and hopefully I can slide down like a fireman's pole.
Roll me in acrobatics.
Acrobatics? It's nat 20, baby.
Hey!
This is the smoothest it's ever been. You slide the sword out, you ride the trunk down, slide along a long route until you end up right beside Tyler with your sword in your hand. And Jack Magnum jumps out of Dell's arms and slides into the Bjorn. Super cool, like an action hero. So the two of you end up in an action hero pose. You look like you did something really cool. Tyler, I'm imagining, also did, but he looks tired.
I look stinky.
Great job, team. Great job, little boy. I kiss him on the head. Not, not Tyler, and not nothing, none of my appendages, but my little goat buddy on the head. Mwah. Yeah, we couldn't have done it without you, pal. How you doing, Ty? Ty, you look a little worse for the wear.
I'm fine. Sorry, everyone. Sorry about all the dramatics there. I just had to prove to myself that I could do something. So I won't do that kind of stuff again. Sorry. Is everyone okay?
Yeah. No, Tyler, you did great. Good job.
Yeah, I did okay. Yeah.
Is there anything I can do for you, man? Like, what do you need?
No, Ivan, you were great. I know you stayed linked. You kept up. I saw what you were doing there, man. That was fucking awesome. What do you want to do? Do you want to be like this, or do you want to be a bat again, or how are you doing?
Whatever you want, man. It's all good by me.
All right. Well, yeah. Why don't you stay like that for now then, and we'll see how this forum treats you.
All right, cool, man. I'll follow you around. You just tell me if you want me to do something. Otherwise, I'll just be around, like usual.
Yeah, sounds good.
So now that we've defeated Ragnarok and a dinosaur with a mohawk, what do we do now? Do we have enough time to get a nap in? Like, not me, but y'all's, and maybe, I don't know, try and go to the caves where the orc thieves are?
Yeah, I would like to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Del?
I mean, I sure would like to not be in this armor. But if you guys want to go there now, I'm up for whatever. I'm just not very useful right now.
I'm sorry.
Right now,
Del.
it is about 2 p.m. in the day. Tyler, you have a watch, so I know you can check the actual time. So it's about 2 p.m. for what you're looking at. Your best estimate from what you did before was that the day resets around midnight. So theoretically, you would have some time if you crashed now. An 8-hour rest would take you to about 10 p.m. So you could probably make your way up the mountain and see what you could find. Or you could do whatever you please. I just wanted to make the timing clear for what you would know.
In about 2 hours, it's going to get real cloudy, real dark, and whatever's going on in that mountain is going to start. That happened at 4:00 last time.
That's right.
It's 2:00 now. 2:00 now means that if we camp right now, we can get like a full rest. I can get the spell that I need to break the curse on that armor, Del, but then we've got 2 hours approximately until we're ripped apart cosmically and we start the day over. Maybe an hour later, maybe outside of Corntown. I don't know.
Right.
I'm up for it. I really want to help you get out of that. I feel, I am responsible for that. So I'm committed to fixing that, but I don't want you to feel like we've wasted a day here. If you want to go with that armor, try and track down these orcs.
I'm good either way. Like, how's everybody else feeling?
I'm halfway there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shadow Nemesis?
Shadow Nemesis, 35 feet away. Hey.
I wanted to sneak into the stomach of the T-Rex and see if it swallowed anything fun. So could I have done that while they were talking?
Absolutely. You just hack your way into this stomach. You spray yourself with gore. Roll me a perception.
All right. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't care. Just like terrible things are splashing at me. I'm like, just working my way in. Oh, but too much gore splashed on me because I only rolled a 9.
You only rolled a 9. You're seeing animal parts and you're seeing a couple of other corpse pieces, but it seems like most of them have been broken down by the acid. You would guess there might be some pieces of leather armor. You think you're making out some individual studs, but you're not seeing any clear weapons or anything like that. It just seems like a couple of perhaps warriors or stragglers have been picked off of the road, but none appear to have anything on them of any import.
Any like sort of like a cool skull or something, like some with like horns or something?
You have the head of a badger, and you have the skull of a T-Rex and all of its teeth that are in place. Several of them are dead and too fragile to be able to remove effectively, but the teeth that were alive could be pulled.
Think
about that.
I'm going to I'll be like, well, that was a bust, and then I think I'll like kind of like mine my way up. And kind of start Boston creaming the T-Rex brain so I can get some snacks.
You all turn as you say Shadow Nemesis, and you see him punching in through the eye that Del shot and pulling brains out and eating them.
Oh, this is very good. Oh, I haven't been this full in a while.
Yabba dabba doo.
I used an individual pronoun. Oh, you've been so good to us. Wasting so much time in that combat and now brains. Oh, you're so generous.
No problem. You gave me that hand a while ago. I figured you needed just a little bit of a treat.
And so did you. You're a good boy.
All right, you're a good boy too.
Oh, we're a good boy.
All right, you're ruining this meal. All right, I'm gonna walk over to the other group and being like, I didn't hear what you said. What's that?
Well, I'll walk up to you and meet you at the T-Rex head. Ryan, if I can have Reaper's Scream like as a longsword on my hip, I would like Hard Rock across my back like it usually is. I just want to take out Hard Rock and start working these T-Rex teeth out. Seems like a good trophy / potential makeshift weapons to have.
Great. Roll me 2d12.
First D12 is 8. Second one is 1.
Great. You will get 12 teeth out of this.
Ooh,
so you have 12 solid T-Rex teeth. These are long enough that you could use them to form daggers. They could theoretically be formed or bound together to make a larger weapon. They are very effective, nasty, naturally occurring weapons. You have possession of those for yourself to use however you want to.
Okay. All right.
Is anybody here hungry? Because I was thinking, I did get everybody into this mess by going the wrong direction. How about I make some dinosaur steaks for everyone to eat? Yeah, you're going to get the biggest piece. I didn't forget about you, pal. Well, your eyes might be bigger than your stomach. No, I think they might be. It's a pretty big dinosaur, pal. Maybe I should give you actually a smaller piece than you would want. I'm giving you a smaller piece that's adequate to your belly size, okay? I don't want you to like belly burst.
Oh.
That's a kink for some people? What the Jesus?
I'd like some dead thing we killed too. I love eating stuff we kill.
Okay, well, how about I chop up some meat, huh? And I'll use some sacred flame to cook it real nice. I'm just gonna do that now with this sun sword because me and it, like, we're very good at hitting things with this thing. Okay, I'm just gonna start slicing at the tail, I think.
All right, well, let's just have a break and rest up and eat some dino burgers.
All right.
Okay, well, last time I cooked food in the middle of the forest, this is the dinosaur that showed up and chased me in Rumble Foreskin, so just...
Oh, how ironic.
Keep watching in case any more show up.
Well, should we just get out of here then? We'll camp outside of the forest jungle that has dinosaurs in it?
Maybe we should get a little further out.
Let's carry some meat with us and let's go.
Okay.
You collect your meat and you make your way back to where Rumple Foreskin and the cockatrices were tied up. During this meantime, the Watchers have given Rumple Foreskin a spooky success. So let's see what occurs when you come back Good roll. You come out of the woods back into this wider path, and you see Rumple Foreskin, and tied up are everyone's cockatrices and Westra Amber Eyes, who had escaped originally into the jungle. And Rumple says, "Hey, welcome back. I managed to catch Westra and got everybody here. They've all been fed and watered, so they're pretty chill. This area is pretty safe. I scouted it all out. You guys look like shit."
Wow. Oh, it's perfect, Rumple. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Are you okay?
We had a time out there.
Is that the spooky sword we need?
It is.
Great work. Okay, so what's next?
Orcs. Well, rest, but then orcs.
Okay, well, this is a pretty safe place to rest. Do you want to rest here?
I think that sounds good.
I think so, yeah.
So you set up camp. From what I've heard, it's going to be a long rest. Am I correct?
That's what it's sounding like. Yeah, if we're cooking a meal and all.
New rogue cooks for all of you, and you finally get to settle down for a long rest to heal yourselves, be cleaned. Ivan has his first sleep ever. He's very confused by it conceptually, but when you tell him he should, Tyler, he takes the instruction and falls asleep immediately. Okay. And you all have a relatively nice form of rest. The unharmed DDX. Tyler?
I am conscious of my ring of conscious safety that tells me that if I take a rest, something bad will happen, and I will be resting separate from the group in case the bad thing is like an area of effect. Like I want it to just happen to me if it's got to happen. So
how far away from the group do you want to
go? Thinking about how our fight just went, I'm going to walk like 40 feet away from the group.
Fabulous. You move 40 feet away from the group where you are also resting. So you've eaten, you sleep. DDX is going to be able to stay up and run security because he was unharmed from the recent combat. Rumple can also do the same thing. And the cockatrices are kept by the central group, not you, Tyler. So if there are any predators who appear, you'll be woken up by the cockatrices, if nothing else. And you all sleep for 8 hours. And you wake up in an unnatural level of darkness. That same menacing darkness that you had experienced after 4 p.m. that you know has come from that, assuming that this day has gone exactly the same way. Most of you wake up together, but Tyler, you wake up separately. Mm-hmm. Can you roll me a D10?
A D10 says 7. Uh-oh.
Tyler, you wake up. And you look up and see a collection of surly-looking people. Dirty. One's got an eye patch. One has a knife. Another has a sword. Just a big guy cracking his knuckles with an axe across his back. And they say, well, if it isn't Tyler Hewitt, well, you know what the problem is for you. You owe us 140 gold pieces, and it's time for you to pay up. Otherwise, we're going to have to break your legs. And that's when you realize, Tyler, there are a gang of ruffians here who are clearly here to collect a debt, and apparently, it's from you. And that's the end of our episode.
Oh, my God.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dmitry Taras, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Nithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Dragonfly, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Beef Not Cheese, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Adam, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hemsing, Alex LaFountain, Mickey Blake, Seth Cambron, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.